Okay. I hope you have the coursework with you. I want to go through that coursework. Where we are reached the end of our syllabus, and all our next lectures, we are going to be trying some numbers. We are going to be trying some numbers just to put into practice the skills which we have been seeing. So the rest of the lectures shall be trying some numbers. And now we are going to do the Excel coursework which we did. I know some of you have done it yourself. Others have given some other people to do for you. But those who have done it yourself and you have got it, congratulations. But those who had given other people to do for you, this is the time for you to learn. That coursework was teaching a number of things. And we are going to see these things in practice. I know at one day or later, you'll be using them at your workplaces. The first part was create a folder and name it your student number. So this first part is testing you on creating folders. That's where we started from. Remember, we started with file management and we saw we create folders. So the first part says create a folder and name it your student number. So it doesn't specify exactly where we create the folder. That means the choice is yours where to create the folder, whether on the desktop, whether in My Documents, or in a Flash, but the issue is you create a folder. So open the file, practice. So in the support files which we are given, there's a file which is called practice, and it's in Excel. So you are supposed to open that file and then save the file in your student folder, which you created using your student number. So you are going to rename the sheet in the file as food sales. So let's do that. So I'm going to go to the desktop, and I'm going to create a folder. And that folder, so I'm going to create a folder, and that folder I'm going to give it my student number, say it is 2100100664. So when that folder is created, then I'm going to open the work which has been given. Then I'll open the file which is called practice. And then this file, we are told to save it inside the folder which we created. So we are going to use the Save As button. So that is now testing the Save As button. So we click on File, then you click Save As. Now, if you just use Save, it will go back inside the folder it was. But this time we want to transfer it to the folder which we created. So we are going to use File, Save As. So we locate, I created my folder on the desktop. So that is a student folder which I created. So I'm going to, now the file here, practice, is going to be saved inside that folder. Always check back to confirm it is there. I'm going to check back. So I want to check back to confirm that my file is in there, and I'll open it inside that folder. So I'll go back to the desktop. Then I'm going to open my student number. And now the file is inside there. So many students in the exam, they don't check and they end up doing the work in a different place and then they send an empty folder. And I'm sure some of you in your coursework, you have done the same. So always check back to confirm that the work is inside your folder. Otherwise, you're going to send an empty folder for marking. And you leave the work on your computer. So now that the file is in there, so we can start working with it. So the first instruction was rename this sheet and we call it food store. So renaming the sheet, you right click the sheet, then you come to rename, then you type food. Okay, so we have finished the first 3 instructions. So it is food sales, not food store. It's food sales. So the first 3 instructions are complete. So the fourth one says, use the student file created to perform the next steps. Extra marks will be given to professionally organized work. So we go to the next steps. Step 5 says, the unit price is given in dollars. Okay, unit price is given in dollars. Given that $1 is equivalent to 3,000 Ugandan shillings, create a column for price in UGX and convert the unit price. Your figure should be in a currency format of UGX aligned to the right. Okay, so step 5 requires us to create a column, and that column is going to be price in UGX. Price in UGX. So we have been told whatever figure comes to this column has to be UGX in X. So actually here the examiner wants you to convert the entire column to UGX. And how do you do it? You click on the letter, that is now letter K. Then you come to that arrow, the number arrow pointing down. Then you choose currency. Then you choose the UGX currency. So now whatever figure we type in here is going to be in UGX, as you see, okay? But now we need to convert this price, unit price, to UGX. We need to convert the unit price to UGX. Someone is saying, what are we seeing? I don't know what you are seeing. Are you not seeing my screen?
I'm not seeing your steps.
Sorry, my screen is not visible.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not visible.
It is showing another part of your computer, not the Excel.
Okay, let me
It's
share. Are you seeing the Excel work now?
Yeah.
We can see it now.
It is visible.
Yeah,
So I should repeat the steps, or you are clear with them?
I wish.
Go back.
Okay. I'm saying we are required to create a price, a column for price in UGX. Price in UGX. But this column, we are told every figure that comes in this column must be in UGX and is aligned to the left. So what this question requires is us to convert the entire column. And this is what we do. We click on the column letter now, which is K. Then we come to the number group and we click on that arrow pointing down. Then we come to currency. Then under symbol, we choose UGX. So practically now, any figure we type inside here is going to come in UGX and it's going to be aligned to the left. But now, according to the question, we are supposed to convert this to UGX. So we are going to say equals, we are going to use a formula now here. So we are going to say equals this unit price, which is I2 times, remember we were told the dollar is equivalent to 3,800. So times 3,800. Okay, so now we have the price in UGX. And we are going to use the relative referencing to fill the rest of the cells because the cells are too many. So we are going to use the relative referencing by coming to this and then double click. You see that spot there? So you double click. So you can see everything now is in UGX and is aligned to the left. Hope that step is clear. Then we go to number 6. Number 6 says, add a column after product for cost price. So we are told to add a column after product for cost price. So we come after product, that means we are going to click inside cost price in order for us to get a column. Remember, columns are added to the left. So if the column is to be added after product, it means we have to come to cost price. Then we insert a column. So we have added a column after product, and this column, according to the question, says add a column after product for cost price and enter a cost price of your choice. So it requires you now to enter a cost price of your choice. But now I'm not going to use this column, which I have added. Actually, I'm going to remove it. For interest of time, I've already added a column for cost price here. Okay. So just for interest of time, and I have filled in the prices. So this is what you are supposed to do in your work. So you can fill in the cost price. Definitely you look at the selling price, then you determine the cost price. So for example, if bars are sold at 6,700, then it means you have to have cost price should be less than that for you not to get a negative at the end. Okay, so we go to the next number, which is number 7. Add a column for profit after total cost. So we add a column for profit after total cost. Now, when you look here, we don't have any total cost. We don't have any total cost. So this requires us to create another column which is called total cost. Okay. And then another column which is profit. So we have added a column for profit after total cost. So this question, when you look implicitly, it requires us to add 2 columns, but doesn't say it. So add a column for profit after total cost. Using Excel formulas, calculate the total sale and profit made for each item. So according to the question, they need the total sale and the profit. But remember, to get the profit, you must also have the total cost. But the question is not telling us to calculate a total cost. So this implies we are supposed to calculate both the total cost, total sale, and the total cost. So for the total sale, we shall have equals, then we shall have the quantity, which is now H2, times the price. According to my sheet here, the price is in K2. Okay. Then I'll press enter. So here right now, I have the total sale. And I'm going to use a relative reference to fill the rest. So I have total, the column for total sale is now filled. I also need the total cost in order to get a profit. So to calculate the total cost, someone saying I thought total cost is the same as total sale. No, they cannot be the same. Total sale is the price you sell the bars. But cost is how much you bought that bar. I hope you get a difference. Cost is how much you bought the bar, but sale is how much you sold the bar. That's why we are having cost price and unit price. So cost price is how much you bought that bar. Then unit price is how much you are selling that bar. So the total cost now is going to be equals. So we have again the quantity times how much we bought the bar. That is the total, that is the cost price. Yeah. Again, we are using relative referencing. So now we have the total sale and we have the total cost. So it means we can get the profit. And remember, profit is sale minus cost. So how much you sold minus how much you bought it, you'll be able to get the profit. So our profit is going to be calculated as equals total sale minus total cost. Okay. Again, we are going to use relative referencing to get a profit for each item. Hope we are together. So far, so good. Are people following me? Are things clear or not? Okay, someone says yes. Okay, let's continue. Let's go to number 8. Number 8 says, create a table for summary of total sale by city using the SUMIF function. Find the total cost for each city. So this question now requires to use the SUMIF function. Now, in Excel, as I told you when we are beginning Excel is mainly used for data analysis. And there are some functions which we use when we want to analyze our data. Now, when you look at this data, our major concern here now is about the sales which we have made. the sales which we have made. But we want to analyze these sales to make sense to us. In your business, you want to analyze these sales so that they can make some sense to you. Yet, when you look at them here, they are just figures. So when you use the SUMIF, it is going to help us to know the sales which we have made in each city. So we have cities here which are buying from us. We have cities, Boston and so on, which are buying from us. But we want to know, because we are seeing Boston has bought many times. Los Angeles has bought many times. Okay, I'm back. The internet had disappeared. Let me share my screen again. Okay. Hope you can get me now. I'm back. Internet had disappeared. So we have been going to the SUMIF, and we have this table here. So we want to know the total sales made by Boston City, Los Angeles, New York, and San Diego. We want to know the total sales. So what we are going to do, we are going to type equals, then SUMIF. So the computer is going to bring the SUMIF here, then you double click on it. So it is asking us the range. Remember, the range we need is the range for cities. So we are going to get to the range for cities. That is the city. So we select a range. Then after the range, we are going to put a comma. And then it's going to ask us for the criteria. So the criteria to look for is Boston, then comma. After the criteria, now it needs the sum range. It needs the sum range. Remember the sum range, we are looking at total sale. So we are going to pick the total sale. Okay. So finally, if you sum up all sales from Boston, if you come to city there, we have Boston, 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 Boston. So the computer picks out wherever is Boston, it picks out. So when it adds up all Boston total sales, so they give us this figure here. But we need also for Los Angeles, New York, and San Diego. So we do a relative referencing to get the rest. Is the SUMIF clear? Someone saying, I beg your pardon, repeat everything about that table. Your network is breaking. Okay, sorry. Okay, let me repeat. I am far where I am, the network is not good. You'll bear with the situation. Let me repeat a sum if. So we are going to say equals. Then the function we need is sum if. So you can double click on it here. So the computer is going to guide you, beginning with the range. So which range do you want to consider? So the range is the range of the cities. So we go to the city, we select the range. After the range, we are going to put a comma. So the computer requires us to specify a criteria, and the criteria is this Boston here. That's a criteria. Then comma. So the sum range. So the sum range is this. So we want to pick sums from this total cell. Then we close and we press enter. So after getting the first one, you do a relative referencing. So many questions in the chat room. People are complaining about my network. As I told you, I'm very far. I'm in Kasese here, the network is not good. So yeah, I'll upload it to the YouTube. I'll upload it to YouTube. I admit my network is very poor, but I don't know what we can do. But I'll upload it to the YouTube channel. Okay. So let's go to the next question. It says plot a bar graph of the above table created in number 8 and put it on a new sheet named summary data. So we want to create a bar graph for this and we want to put it on a new sheet. So we are going to select that data. We select it. After selecting it, then we go to insert. Then we go to the bar graphs. Okay, so after getting our bar graph, then we put it to a new sheet. You can right click the graph itself. Then you go to move, new sheet. So this sheet have told us to call it summary data. So the new sheet is called summary data. Then we click OK. Are we there? Change the sheet tab color to red. So the sheet tab color will change it to red. Format your chart with appropriate title, chart area, and plot area colors of your choice. So when you select this chart here, you have what we call elements. So you have elements there. Under elements, you can change the chart title. You can change labels and so on and so forth. Those ones I'm not going to change because I've told you where they are. You can do it in your free time. So that is where we do it from. Under chart design, you have chart elements. So that's where we have the chart title. You can change the chart title from there. Then let's go to number 10. Number 10 says create a new sheet and name it dashboard. Give it a tab color of your choice. So this one is testing us on creating sheets. So to create a sheet, we click on the plus sign. And that sheet, we name it as dashboard. I hope people are still with me. All my network made you disappear. Are you still with me? I know the network is poor.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We are with you.
Okay, so we have created a sheet called dashboard. So give it a tab color of your choice. So we give it a tab color. Copy and paste the graph created in number 9 to dashboard sheet. Remove the grid lines from the dashboard sheet and type some text on the right to describe the graph of your audience. All right, so we come to our dashboard here. We come to our dashboard. So we copy the graph here. You right click, copy, then you paste it to the dashboard. Now it is too big. You can even make it smaller. You can adjust it. You can adjust it. And remember, they have told us to remove the grid lines. We don't want the grid lines in the dashboard. So to remove them, you come to View button. Under View button, you click Remove the grid lines. And then they have told us to type some text on the right. So we type some text on the right to describe our work. So we are going to highlight a few cells and we are going to merge them. So actually this one is now text. The examiner is here examining whether you know how to use the merge button. Remember the merge button under the home. So we have the merge cells. So we merge the cells. After merging them, now we can type the text. So I'm going to type, this is my graph for visuals. Okay. I can align this text to the top. So here the examiner is just examining to see whether you know how to play with this area here, alignment. So he's examining the merge. So each number is examining something. So we're examining the merging of cells and how to play with the text here. So you can play with the text any way you want using this. Okay. Let me leave it there. So that is number 10. That is what was expected of you. Then number 11 says, copy and paste the graph. Okay, that is what we have done. Then number 12, create a title, heading of your choice to your dashboard and format it with appropriate colors, font sizes, and match and center it to fit the entire A4 page. Okay. So here we are. How do you determine an A4 page in Excel? So that is now the question. How do you determine where the entire A4 page is ending? So you come to View. Under View, you click Page Break. So this is testing now the page break. So you click Page Break. Now, where this line is ending, it means that is where your A4, that is where your A4 page is ending. So we are going back to normal, and now the line has been given where the page is ending. So it means our title should cover up to here. So we are going to insert, rows up. Someone is asking something. Pardon
Network
from,
still is not well.
sorry?
The network again is disturbing.
Now someone say pardon from there, please. Or which there?
The network.
The network, I admit my network is very poor. Where I am, I'm in the village.
Other words we are not even getting.
Yeah. Now what do we do? But at least you are getting some points. Good enough. I've recorded and I'll share it. I will share it with you.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank
Where
you.
I am, the network is not good. Okay. So
Right.
we are saying our page is ending there, and we need to create a title up. So we are going to insert some rows. We adjust our graph. So then we need some area. Now the F4 is ending there, okay? Because we have the demarcated line. Remember, you under the view, you get where the F4 ends. Remember, we said you go to view, then page break. Okay? So again, we are going to use merge and center, and we are going to give this one a title. So my title, I'm going to say this is my coursework. Okay? I'm going to put it in the center. Remember, they have told us to format it the way we want. So I'm going to give it a different font. Then I'm going to give it a different font size. I'm going to give it a background color. And then, so that is what that number requires you to do. So it has filled the entire F4, and it is in the center, and I've merged it. The number 13 says, copy and paste the data on food sales sheet to a new sheet, label it table with a blue color tab. Okay. So we want to copy the data on this sheet. Want to copy the data on this sheet. Now there's a trick here I want to show you. So since we want to copy the entire data, we are going to click inside the first cell. Then you are going to hold Control and Shift on your keyboard. You don't release them. Control and Shift. You don't release them. Then use the arrow pointing to the left, arrow control to the left, and then also the arrow pointing down. So there you have selected the entire data. Then I'm going to copy it using Control C, that is copy. Then I'm going to create a new sheet, and I'm going to paste the data there. Now, as you see, it has these hashes. Remember to remove the hashes, we said we go to Format, then we go to Auto Fit to column width. So there we are able to adjust our data. And we have been told the tab should be blue. And then we rename it table. Okay, so that is what that number required to do. We have succeeded to copy. I'm hearing some gruntling that side. I don't know. Someone saying me too, not hearing. Okay. So we have copied data. So the next 14 says convert the data for table sheet to a table format and use it to filter out only data for the East region. So we are going to convert this to table format. So again, you first select it. You select entire data, and to convert it to table format, use Control T. So Control T will convert it. Then you say OK. It is now converted to table format. Someone saying repeat. Don't worry. People at 8, I have a meeting. Let's continue. As long it's good I have recorded, and I'm going to share it to the YouTube channel. What you have missed, you'll go back and you'll get it. Because I have very few minutes, I'm going for a meeting. Okay. So we have converted it to a table, and they want us to filter out East region. So that means we come to the region here. You come to the region. So we unselect, select all, you remove it. Network issues. Network issues. Hope I'm back. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. So we come to region. I was coming to region. Then remove the select all. Then we select East. Then we click OK. So as you see now, we have only the East region selected. We have only the East region selected. So copy and paste it to a new sheet labeled East. So we are going to copy. Since we have only East, we are going to copy it, then paste it to a new sheet, which is called East. Again, we are going to do auto fit. So this sheet is renamed East. Okay. So the tab currently, I'm going to leave those ones out because now you know how to do it. Then using an appropriate Excel function, summarize table for total cost of each city in East. So we need a summarized table for the total cost of each region in the East. And this one requires you to use, you can use two ways. The first way, you can use the SUMIF. You can use the SUMIF, which we have already done. But another way, you can use a pivot table. You can either use a SUMIF or you can use a pivot table. Both will give you the same results. But since we have already done the SUMIF, let me use the pivot table. Let me use the pivot table. So according to our question, make a summarized table for total cost of each city. So we are looking at total cost of each city. So to use a pivot table, we are going to select our data. Then you come to insert, then pivot. So you can either put it on a new sheet or existing sheet. Let me put it on the existing sheet. Let's say use a new sheet. Okay. So we are interested in the city and the total cost. So our city here is we are going to drag it and make it the rows. That is the city. Okay. And then we are told the total cost. So we drag and drop it where the values are for the total cost. So that is the summarized table, which we are having now. So it summarizes a city and total cost. Then number 16 says create a graph for the summary table above on the same sheet and style it appropriately. So we can create now a graph. We are going to create a graph here by selecting that. And then we go to insert graph. So we create a graph. So that graph has the summary of the total, as you can see Boston, and as you can see New York. Okay. Format it appropriately. Remember we said any graph, when you click on it, now this is a pivot graph which you are using. So you have the design and you have the chart titles. Remember that I said those already. You can also format it, changing its colors and so on. Like that one, you can change the color. You can change the colors. You can change the background color and so on and so forth. Okay. Okay. I want to end here for today. Maybe if people have questions, you can ask me. We shall continue from there the rest of our work. I know the network has not been good, as I apologized, I'm very far. But I'm going to upload it to the YouTube channel. I want to end there for today. Next lecture, so I think now you can try out some numbers in the coursework. You can go back. If you had given it someone to do it for you, you can go back and you do it yourself. You never know. You may find it in the exam and you may be surprised.
No, we have done it for us.
No, Henry, you say I have done it myself. Don't say we have done it ourselves. You say I have done it myself.
Henry did it. Yes, sir.
You say I have done it myself.
I have done it.
Sasa nikusubiri.
Hello. Can I say something?
Kwanza una
Hello? I think we can end here if there are no questions.
I would like to ask something.
Yes, please ask.
Okay. The total cost, and then there's where you said we should put a cost of our choice. So now, won't it vary in terms of answers when people
You said
are giving
what?
the?
Sorry, come again.
There's that part where you said we should the price of our choice. I remember that was in the first part of it. Number
Yes,
7.
yes. So where I say
Just give me.
put figures of your
Hey.
choice, that is okay. Actually, your answers should vary. Your answers should vary.
Okay.
And if I get people with the same figures, then that means that is duplicated work. Okay.
No problem. Then number 2, how did you get the total cost? That is where my second question comes in. Yes.
So total cost is the
Yes.
quantity times the unit cost. Remember the
Okay.
unit cost, the unit cost is put by you. You put your own figures, right?
Yes, yes.
So after putting your own figures, and remember you have the quantity. So after putting your own figures, okay, so you multiply quantity times that
Yes, I
that unit cost which you created.
Oh.
Then you'll be able to get the total cost. Is it clear?
Okay, that is well understood. Yes, 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 well understood.
Any other question? Okay, seems everything is clear.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
May you please pardon that part of cost, total cost and unit cost?
What do you want me to pardon there now?
And I've not got well.
Okay,
You say
you can see the screen? Can you see my screen? So remember,
yes.
we have the unit cost, okay? That is the cost price. And remember, this cost price has been put by you.
Yes.
But we have the quantity as well. So if we need the total cost here, total cost we said, it is this unit price. Total cost we said we multiply unit price, okay, times the cost. Oh.
The cost price which we put ourselves, our own.
So you get the quantity multiplied by the
Because
cost price.
There is this cost price which we put, and then there is
the
this
cost
unit
price is put by you yourself.
which we when we converted it to Ugandan shillings.
No, the one which you converted to Ugandan shillings was the unit price. Okay?
Okay.
So we converted the unit, this was already given, the unit price was already given.
Yes.
And we converted it to Ugandan shillings here. But remember, later on, the question told you to put a cost price of your own choice. Okay? So now the total cost is this cost price times the unit price gives you this total cost here. Okay? But the total sale is now this unit price again times the price in Ugandan shillings. So when you multiply quantity times the price in Ugandan shillings, it gives you total sale. But when you multiply cost price times unit price, it gives you total cost. Is it clear now? Somehow. My network is a problem. But anyway, let's end there for today. We shall keep revising. The rest of the lecture,
Mr. Kauma.
Yes, please.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Kauma, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir, and good morning, everybody.
Yes.
Now, my question is on the cost price you asked us to determine.
Yes.
I'm seeing on the ones you put for us, why is it that the cost for carrot, for example, gave us 6,000? On your example, when I look at the first one, it is 6,000. Why is it that the cost price for carrot is not the same throughout?
No, Moses, please, those ones are just a sample. I just use them for class. But for you, it's good you have seen it. So make sure that all of your carrots cost the same. Okay?
Yes.
My figures I just put just for class. I just put sample figures for class. Don't worry about my figures. For you in your coursework, do what is
Okay, sir.
right. You put there. You just imagine that is a supermarket. It is your supermarket, okay? And you are selling
Yes,
carrots
sir.
and you bought them the same price. You are selling bars of soap. You bought them the same price, right?
Yes.
Hope I have answered. Any other
Okay, thank
question?
you. Yes, you've answered me very well, because when I looked at the costs of different products, that is carrots, wheat, whole wheat, the prices were varying.
You don't mind about mine. You do the right thing in your work. Here I was just taking you through what is expected in the work. But for you, I expect you to do the right things.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kauma.
You're welcome. Okay. I wish you a good day. I have to go. Yes, I have to go for a meeting right now. I'm late. I'm sorry the network was up and down, but I'll give you a recording. Have a nice day.
Thank you. The same to you.